The year is 2026. The venue, a stadium in Dallas, USA. 38-year-old Messi stands at the penalty spot, takes a deep breath, and strikes the ball only to send it sailing wide. The crowd of 80,000 falls instantly silent. Yet, who could have foreseen that just minutes later, he would score 2 consecutive goals, shatter every record, and become the all-time leading scorer in World Cup history? And who would have imagined that, 39 years earlier, the young boy who would go on to be hailed as the king of football had nearly been forced to give up the sport entirely? It wasn't for a lack of talent. Rather, his physical condition made it seem all but impossible for him to continue playing. Today, we want to tell more than just a story about a champion. We want to explore a more profound question. How does a child deemed unfit by fate repeatedly refuse to accept that verdict? The answer may well be hidden within our own lives too. Messi was born into an ordinary working-class family in Argentina. When he was not yet 5, his grandmother took him to watch a match. A player was running late, so she simply pushed young Messi toward the coach and said, "Let him give it a try." The coach reluctantly agreed, but the moment the ball touched Messi's feet, it seemed to stick there as if by magic. He dribbled past the defense and scored a goal. That was the first time someone believed in him. The second time was thanks to his father. At age 10, Messi was diagnosed with growth hormone deficiency without treatment. He might never have grown taller than 1.4 meters. The monthly treatment cost of over $1,000 was an astronomical sum for an ordinary family. Argentine clubs admired his talent, but none dared to take the risk regarding his physical condition. His father, Jorge, made a bold decision. He quit his job and moved the entire family to Spain to chase a seemingly impossible opportunity. The third time involved a near stranger. After watching Messi train, Carles Rexach, the youth academy director at Barcelona, grabbed a napkin from the cafeteria table and wrote a single sentence: "Barca will sign this boy and cover the full cost of his treatment." That napkin would later be auctioned for over £300,000, but its true value lay in those words: "I believe in you." For many people, the missing ingredient in life isn't talent, but simply hearing someone say, "I believe in you." His grandmother believed in him, his father believed in him, and the stranger believed in him. This trust became the foundation of Messi's early psychological strength. Messi rose to fame at Barcelona, yet he was always a quiet player who lacked leadership, charisma. Even Maradona once remarked, "He is brilliant, but he cannot be a leader." At the 2010 World Cup, he failed to score a single goal across 5 matches. In the 2014 final, he fell agonizingly short of the title. In 2019, he was suspended after receiving a red card. And in the opening match of the 2022 Qatar World Cup, his team suffered a shock defeat to Saudi Arabia. Time and again, the world waited to see him fail. Yet, Messi never let failure define him or shake his belief in himself. He endured national criticism, retired from the national team, and then chose to return. At 35, despite a rocky start to the group stage, he still led his team to the final. A true champion is not someone who never fails, but someone willing to step back onto the pitch after a defeat. In 2022, Argentina lifted the World Cup trophy again after a 36-year wait. In 2026, a 38-year-old Messi competed in his 6th World Cup, becoming the all-time leading scorer in the tournament's history. When a reporter asked which goal was his favorite, he smiled and said, "I'm too tired, I can't remember." From that small boy who struggled to grow to a 38-year-old still shining on the world stage, Messi has spent over 2 decades proving one thing: there is always another match. In 2023, Messi turned down a staggering €1.4 billion contract offer from a Middle Eastern club. Instead, he chose to move to Miami, accepting a lower salary to be with his family and live life on his own terms. True freedom is not about earning the most money. It is about having the right to set one's own priorities in life. The most enduring declaration of love in his life has been to his wife, Antonella. They first met when he was 9, and by age 12, He was writing her love letters, telling her, "One day, you will be my girlfriend." When Antonella lost a close friend at 18, he immediately flew back to be by her side. They eventually married and had 3 children. Messi now spends his days driving the kids to school and walking the dog, living a wonderfully ordinary life. His greatest honor is not the World Cup trophy, but the fact that he spent 30 years fulfilling a promise he made to a young girl. In the Museum of Life, people will eventually forget how many championships Messi won or how many goals he scored. But they will never forget the boy whom doctors once said would never grow tall. The boy who refused to believe he couldn't make it just because fate told him he couldn't. When everyone doubts you, can you still find the strength to finish today's match? For life is never just a single final. It is a journey of match after match, where there is always another game to play.
Together